All right, well, we are going to go ahead and get started. This is my just 1 and 2 Facebook training series for everyone new for Isagenix with Facebook building. So tonight I'm going to talk about branding appropriately, your settings, the initial posting for people that are just getting started with their current friend list without doing anything new or adding new people. And then how to do a traffic drive and driving the sponsor and everything. And then the tools that my team and I have been using that have proved to be very successful for us with the videos on Isamovie, the three-way message, to the three-way call, and virtual presentation. If you're on here, you're probably either on my team or one of my cousins from like Rhonda, or you're on Lenny's team or did his boot camp training. So welcome. All right, first thing. Branding. People don't buy Isagenix. Hands down, I know that they don't. They buy our belief and our passion in Isagenix. So it's about branding ourselves. This isn't about branding Isagenix. And, you know, I've started and I've put Isagenix like all over my page and verbal vomited and everything like that. And that's really not how you want to do that. And then as you grow in your business, your posts are going to grow. So if you see someone that's really successful in Isagenix and they have Isagenix all over their page or they're posting like a lot of before and afters or things, I encourage everyone not to do that right when they're getting started, or to make sure that you're letting people know not to do that who are just getting started, because then it's really kind of spammy if it's something that they weren't posting anything about it and then next thing you know, all they're doing is posting about it. So I definitely encourage that. And then no negative posts ever on Facebook, ever, ever, ever. Facebook is a place where people can retreat to your page for uplifting, positive things. That's what you want your page to be. At least I know that's what I want my page to be. People are exhausted. They have some negative things going on in their lives. They don't need to get on and see anything negative. And honestly, when I see something negative, I take that person off of my Facebook because I don't want to see it. I don't have room for it in my life. So no negative ever. So I'm just going to give some examples of branding that I like. So here we have just a face photo and a quote. I love a good quote. Oh my gosh, this is one of my absolute, I had this quote on my business card. I love this quote, and it's just a picture of a face. Nothing special, right? But it's not like a cartoon character, or it's not like a picture of a bunch of people, so people are like, who is that? And that's more important for like when we're growing our network. Here's mine. I got a stick. I went out in the sand. I had my sister take a photo, and voila. Right? I just have a face photo. My mother-in-law took that picture. I didn't go and have a photographer do it or anything like that. Here's one of my friend Jennifer. She has an absolutely amazing face photo. And then, you know, she is Miss Bikini Universe 2013. So she's able to have a picture like that of herself. But a great quote, too, right? Here's one of my very dear friends, Katie, right? Just a gorgeous face photo and beautiful trees. You could also do seasonal, right? So spring, maybe summertime, have palm trees or something. Or, you know, then when winter comes, a beautiful frosted tree with icicles. Or, I mean, just a pretty photo that people, when they go to it, it's very neat and clean and nice. So setting up your page before you make your initial post is so key if you're going to use the systems that my team and I have been using to drive traffic and everything. So here we have the drop-down box. Then we go to our general settings, privacy. I'm going to take you to a live thing, but the followers is most important when you're doing this. So let's go on the privacy. I'm going to work it live and make sure that you guys can see my screen. Can everybody see my screen of Facebook where Jennifer has posted Anna Robinson? Does everybody see that? Okay, awesome. All right, so you go up here to the little arrow. See how it's the drop down? So I go up here to this arrow, and I go to settings, and this is what, whenever I enroll someone new and they want to build on Facebook, while I'm walking them through their back office, I then take them to Facebook now. All right, and then I take them over to followers. Now, this is what you really want to be set. You want it to be set so that everybody can follow you. Okay, and I'm going to try to make my screen bigger. I can't see it then if I do that. All right, so that everybody can follow you. Now, you can also do just friends. Put it for everybody because this is important for the traffic drive. Also, I have who can comment on my public post. I have everyone. If you don't want to be that public, but honestly, if you're trying to build on Facebook, everything should be public. Some people are very, very private or they have families and stuff. Still make it public. If anybody's bothering you, just block them. But it's a very bare minimum. You need to have friends of friends that can comment on this. But I encourage everyone to do everybody and everybody. Same thing with your privacy. I have mine set to public. Who can see my future posts? Now, you can change this with each individual post, but I highly recommend always keeping everything extremely public. All right. Let me get that over. Okay, so again, you just do your drop down and you do your settings. All right, it's just very, very key for when we do that lovely little traffic drive. So if you did want to block someone like that you don't want to see on your page, you can block them there. The only thing that I do have that I like to review is that I like to be able to review posts of friends before they tag on my timeline. Because hey, even though I'm amazing like at taking photos and I'm really photogenic now, I still like to see what goes on my page. This is a business for me, you know. I really like to monitor what's going on my page and everything. So, all right, so that's what I walk everyone through before we take them through their initial post on Facebook. So let's go look at the initial post on Facebook. Okay. Can you guys see my PowerPoint again? Can everybody see my PowerPoint? Okay. All right, just checking. Going back and forth. All right. So here's an example of a first post that I would have someone do. If your sponsor or their sponsor has a before or after photo, that is an absolute amazing tool to be using. Never, ever, ever use Isagenix on your Facebook. Always, always. It's a nutritional program. It's cellular cleansing. It's a lifestyle. Isagenix is not a diet. I don't use diet, and I don't use Isagenix. And you can try it out, but I highly encourage you not to. So look at this great post. After watching my friend, Cindy Murphy, this is who enrolled her, right? She slapped the before and after photo of her. She's so excited to start, right? She did put, let me know if you would like to join us. That's an initial post. That's fine. As you keep going, though, I really get away from, like, message me for details or whatnot. But there's a really great first post. Here's another great one, right? This is the very first post somebody's doing. After watching my friend Wendy Shelton Jarvis lose 50 pounds in 90 days, like, she's decided that it's her time now for these amazing results. Her system hasn't even arrived yet, but who are some good friends that want to join her, right? This is a very first post. Again, you don't even have to use Join Me. I've really kind of gotten away from that, but I know a lot of people still do it. And so then we'll go into, and I'm in so many of these groups about like driving traffic because I have like a lot of different like little teams, you know? And so I like to put people who are together in those groups. And so we then copy and paste the link of the Facebook person into our like business builder group or page likes and comments group or whatever it is that you're in. And so that way we drive traffic to it. And so you see here somebody made that post on about Wendy, Tabitha, and she's like, Mama, I want to do it. Send me info, right? Yeah, let me know because we sent traffic there. And Wendy put her before and after picture. I went and said my whole family is on it. Wendy's a blessing. So we're just driving traffic to it. And that makes it exciting. It's not a lowly little post out there, right? So here's someone that turned consultant in before their box arrived. I think she enrolled in Isagenix and she turned consultant in 2 days. She said, you know, after watching my friend Casey, Experience Energy, I mean, you guys get the gist, right? This is the first post of people who are just enrolling, right? These are for new people that are making their posts that haven't been posting already about Isagenix. And again, nobody has said anything about Isagenix. So then we did the traffic drive where I went and I copy and pasted her link into my page likes and comment. Everybody commented underneath it. And then here's one that she did the next day. She did a congratulations post on someone. Congrats! Day 30 results, down 14 pounds. Now, Amy's not someone that had a lot of weight to lose, right? She was athletic to begin. Same thing. So I like people to share a photo that's close to their why, right? That's close to them. So if it's somebody that has 100 pounds to lose, maybe somebody that's lost 50 pounds or 100 pounds, something like that. But here, I can't wait to get my system in. I feel like a kid on Christmas. Bam! What is it, Amy? What system? What's she using? You guys see that? It's curiosity. If we're out there and we're blabbing about detoxing and like going on and on and on and on in our posts, it doesn't give anybody any chance to engage with us and ask us a question. Simplicity. Simplicity, simplicity. All right. And it really is. I encourage people when they start with their system, did you know, like, what better chances of success it is when you have someone do this with you, which is a true statement, right? When you have someone that, like, you care about that joins you in this, oh my gosh, your results are going to be even better and you're going to help them out. Let's do some posting on Facebook. People are praying for a solution. It's a win-win. All right. So then, right, so Amy and Tabitha, they got all those responses of people wanting to know what it is, right? And we've driven traffic to it. Now, there are many scripts that you can get from your back office and things like that. And Lord knows I have used a ton of scripts, but I don't like them. But I do like taking scripts for ideas and then making them my own. But I don't like talking to robot. I certainly don't want to make someone feel like that I'm just using a script with them. But I do believe in being consistent with kind of keeping it the same with whatever system you follow to follow it, and keeping it simple and remembering that I am not the message. I am simply the messenger connecting somebody to the tool, and that's all that I am. All right. So when somebody commented, so all those people were commenting on Amy's post asking her what she was doing, she would then message them just like we all do messages, and she would say, like, you know, hey, I'm really, really new at this, but I'd love to tell you more. Let me connect you with my friend Casey. She's a nurse. She loves helping people. She's coached hundreds of people to success. You'll be in good hands with her. Hold on. Let me connect you with her, right? But before you're like posting or you're having your new people post this on Facebook, like, it's really important to make sure that you're going to be available, or that whoever they're using for the three-way message, if you're new, is going to be available. Because let me tell you, it can get kind of crazy. So I always like to make sure that I'm letting my team know when to post it, and I actually work with them on exactly when to post it for when I'll be available. And I would never have 3 people post at the same prime time. And I used to, and I lost. I mean, I couldn't even keep up. So, all right, so here's an example of a three-way message, right? Karen, this is Casey. She's been doing this program for almost 2 years. This is Karen. She does a little intro. Hey, how are you? I'd love to tell you about the program. All right, so I was hosting a team call that night, so I was going to use that as a tool, right? That was a tool that she could dial in and hear other people's stories, not my story, other people's. She couldn't talk, so I said, that's okay. And then I got her number, right? And then I'll ask her if she can check out a video before I got her. So it's always connecting. I don't just, go in with Isagenix. That was the slide that got put in there. All right, so here's another example. Excuse me. Works for me. What's your number? When can I ring you? If I shoot you a video, can you check it out before we talk then? It's only 6 minutes, right? And then I check to see, okay, I have her number. I'm going to send her a video. Which one do I want to send her? Am I going to send her more of, is she an athlete? Is she just looking for a detox? I like to know which one, if it's somebody that's interested in the opportunity, so I do like to know what it is that I'm going to be sending them. But again, I like to get a number. Same thing. I mean, it's a three-way message. It's as simple as that. So here's an example. If you're not brand new and you're not using the three-way message connection, because after you've done it a while, you don't need to do the three-way connection. I mean, your sponsor can only, do so many. And because we're always trying to help our new people that are coming in, right? That's the name of the game, is getting people paid as quickly as possible. And so here's someone that approached me. I had made a post on a girl's page about she was in another network marketing company. I think she does like the nails or something. And I said, yeah, you know, gosh, I love network marketing, health, wealth, and freedom. And Christopher saw it, friended me. We started talking. He said that he thought, you know, I said, great, I think we could really collaborate together. He says, absolutely. And I absolutely love superlatives. There you go. He gives me his number. I send him the ice movie. That's it. I don't go into any detail in these messages. And man, I used to use Facebook and write just pages of information to people, and I was not getting anywhere. I do it short and sweet. The whole purpose of Facebook is to connect and then get on the phone. And it's also a good means to send links and things like that, but it's not a place to have a conversation. I don't see it. So, you know, if I'm reaching out to someone, and I'm going to get more into this, but I already went over the third-party tool and all of that. So for those of you who don't know how to do a three-way message, I've had a lot of people that, you know, you just don't know how to do a three-way message. So, okay. First, I like to have something called, all right. All right, so page likes and comments. All right, so that's what I have called it. Now, if you're trying to create a page like of something and you want to just add people, I'm going to do, and just add like a bunch of people that are on, like, you know, that are in your team, or share your link, or ask your sponsor if they have one. And you just type names and then message thread. All right, so message thread for likes. And then here we have, if you want to actions, you can add people to it, right? So you can always add somebody to it. Always. Always, always, always you can add people. So just know that, and then just have it, whatever, you can name it, whatever it is that you want to name it. You're good to go in that. So, but it's as simple as that, right? And there's another where you can add people right there. And then you can edit right there if you saw that. And then I'm going to call this like page like or something like that. So whatever it is that you're going to use for your group so that people can go in and find their messages, that's what you're going to want to do. All right. And so for a three-way message, it's the same thing. You just type in a name, the person who's inquiring, and the sponsor. It's as simple as that. Hey, let me introduce you, right? And so this is just what we need to walk everyone that's new through so that they can see that. And it's honestly, it doesn't get more simple than that, but I know a lot of people just get confused, you know, completely on what to do and everything. So, but that is the easiest way that I have found to allow new people to just know that they can completely, you know, get likes. So, all right, don't send. Here we have, all right, so here's someone who says, hey, can I get some love on this post, right? And see how she just copy and pasted that? And so when you're trying to like put that in your group, like if I knew that if Katie just made her very first post and I wanted to send traffic, all I would do is I just come up and I copy and paste right here their link, and I go and I put it in my page likes and comments. I just copy her page because her page is set up for followers, and I just say, hey, do me a favor, everyone. Katie's first post is up. Can we all go drive traffic to it? And what does that do when somebody's about to start a new system and people are posting their before and afters or telling a quick sentence or two about how they love the system, it changed their life? That's going to, other people are going to be reading that. And so it's edifying the system. It's edifying everything. It's saying, oh gosh, you're so lucky. Like, Casey's an amazing coach. You're going to do phenomenal on the system. She coached me and I released 50 pounds in 90 days. Hello, right? So then when I get in a three-way message with them, I mean, that's all just an absolute beautiful, beautiful thing. And then, of course, and I'm sure everyone knows how to use this, but just in case you don't, If you just go to iceandmovie.com and you send someone just to Ice and Movie and they're only interested in weight loss, they're not interested in all in the like in the business or in the opportunity, please go and click on the video that you want to send them and then actually send them that video. Don't just send them to Ice and Movie. Send them that specific video. And to get there, you see how I clicked on that little link right there? So you can just send them to that. Or you can come up here and copy and paste it once you've opened it. Or you can just send them to the YouTube right there. Okay? So don't just send them to Ice Movie and make them search for it, though, unless you're on the phone with them. A lot of times I'll ask people, when do you have 10 minutes to talk, when you can be in front of your computer? And that's when I'll then take them and I'll direct them personally to iceandmovie.com and say, great, you can scroll down, click on weight loss. It's different when you're doing that. But just be sure that you know who, you've asked a couple questions or you've asked who referred you, like what are they interested in before you send them the video, just so you can make sure that you're meeting their needs. Okay. All right, so that's the traffic drive and everything like that. I mean, very, very basic as far as setting up your group for page likes and comments and doing the traffic drive. All right, so your friends enrolled, and they're thanking you forever and ever, ever and ever. Support. We don't just leave people hanging, right? So, I mean, it really is. Connect them with people. Plug them in. Connect them with someone who's lost 50 pounds. Connect them, with the group and the Facebook groups, right? So for my team, we have about 3 groups that we use. Now, if you're not in my team, I know I have a lot of cousins that are on this team, but if you're on my team or Jim's team, the Isagenix Team Express, Healthy and Fit with Team Express, and Team Express Business, these are the ones that we use. And I know people still have their little personal groups, but make sure that you have plugged people in to those 3 groups. Now, I know that I have some of my cousins on here from Lenny's team. I'm not sure what you guys call your product page. I know your business page to executives and beyond. I know a lot of my cousins under Rhonda. The Welcome to Isagenix and the Isagenix Basic Training, and the I think Spring Cleansing 2012. Make sure that people are getting into those groups, right? And you're letting them know that, hey, this is our welcome page. Hey, people that are interested in the business, this is the business training. It's very, very important to get people into those groups and show them where the Files tab is. The Files tab is so important because things are going in that Files tab group. Make sure 100% that you're showing people Files tabs. The virtual presentation. So I do a live virtual presentation every Tuesday night. It's something that I do for my team, and I invite everyone to it. It's a great tool. Make an event, and it's very, very simple. So we'll go look at that. Woo. And, you don't need everybody. You can do your own events. I did a Facebook one for a long time. I think it's a great tool to use for people. I mean, you're using the Ice Movie. Maybe you're making events for, live things or whatever. But let me just go ahead and show you what I mean by the Files tab. So here's an example of our ISIS survivor or nutritional support for people that have had cancer. This Files tab, your group should have files in them, right? Whatever groups you are. And if you don't have a group, if you're just plugging into this and you're not part of a group or something, you be the group. You start leading, right? You start creating it. It's okay. And here you have, though, the files. And so this is what you can go in and tag people with. I love this call for people that have ever been through chemotherapy or they're undergoing it or they did, right? So that's an example. The Files tab is so, so key. All right, so home, events, and create an event. It's as simple as that. You create an event, and whatever it is, the event that you want. Tuesdays is when I do my virtual one, so I have my events created. You just go to click to invite friends. You click going, and then you can go actually invite your friends to it, right? So I do virtual ones. You just go, a going button will be here if you've been invited and you click invite. I mean, it's as simple as that. So you can create these for people, events around, your house or whenever you're doing a home party. I really encourage you to go in and make an event on Facebook that you can share with people. But I mean, it does not get more simple than Facebook. Events, create event. If you want to add a, it'll tell you, all right, if you want to add your cover photo, it's as simple as that. You just upload a photo. I mean, events are, but they're great, right? It just lets people know kind of what's going on and everything like that. So I encourage everyone to do the events. All right. So here's my part 2 that I'm going to go ahead and get into. All right, what do I post? How much should I post? How do I grow my friends list, right? Because everything that we just kind of went over was for people that were already using their current friend list. So that was the first post that we looked at. Maybe a week later, they can post their 1 week results. You know, maybe 3 weeks in, post their 3 weeks results. Share before and after photos of other people. And oh my gosh, when you share your own before and after photos, or you're getting someone that you've sponsored to post their first 30, 60, 90 days, like that's amazing. So that's what you do for current friend list, right? And staying positive and staying active. So I'm also going to go over how to stay out of Facebook jail. I kind of lived in Facebook jail for a while. Now I'm also going to touch on creating your own posts versus sharing off of other pages. All right. Again, don't be a spammer, especially if you're new in Isagenix. Like, I don't encourage people to post all the time about Isagenix at all. Or I say post 80 to 90%. And this is all stuff that I got from, like, Jessica Higdon, like, really, like, successful social media people, you know, that I took some courses from. 80 to 90% should be about your life and what you're doing and improvements you're making with you and changing your life for the better. People want to be a part of that. And then only 10 to 20% promotion of the business, you know, saying like message me or talking about like a deal or, you know, or a great deal on it or something like that. But, you know, posting something about healthy foods or always posting pictures out and about your lifestyle and stuff like that is totally key. Here's some like non-direct business posts that I like though. I really like non-direct. Absolutely loving my part-time job, earning vacation money while helping people lose weight and feel great. Love that. That's just a very basic one. Celebrating Freedom Friday, right? Wendy was able to retire herself after 23 years from doing Isagenix. I got a limo. We went out, celebrated. That's a great indirect business post. Here I am. I got my husband to take a picture of this, post it, and tag me in it. A networker's office. Who doesn't want to be able to be working on the beach catching a tan, right? Hello. Another day at the JOB. Right? This is us just having fun, right? The networking career may not be perfect. It's simply better. 100% yes, right? So these are just very indirect ways that I like to post about the business. Here I am again. Doing a quality check at the job, right? He passes. Our products work. The abs prove it. Another thing that I want to say, if you are building on Facebook, events should not be optional. If you want this business, and if you're on this webinar on a Sunday night on Memorial Day weekend, I imagine that you do. My heart to your heart, do not miss these events. You don't make the money and then get to the event. You go to the event so you can make the money and build the business. The business doesn't come until you start going to the event. I promise. It's the game changer that I see in every single person in my team. Always posting lifestyle, right? Traveling. If you're traveling, and if you're not traveling yet, that's fine. But just it's about posting lifestyle. But see, when you go to events, you are traveling, and that can be posting. And then you post team things that you're doing with your events, because I promise you, people are watching that. Posting and building a long-lasting business and using Facebook to do it, and not just like this one enrollment or two enrollments, but when you're really trying to attract people that want to go on these trips with you, that want to improve their life, that's who we want to attract into our business. And that's what we have to be doing, right? There's a healthy, I'm attracting people that are into health and wellness, right? Another one, I love anything fun and goofy and things like that. My coach, Jeffrey Combs, you know, I love posting pictures with him. People will go check out his page and see like what an entrepreneur he is and how he's coached people to 6- and 7-figure incomes, right? And I'm one of them. He's done it for me. So just a couple examples of just things. I think that you should be posting 3 times a day. Positive quotes, funny things, funny videos, anything funny, 100%. Pictures of animals, your family posts, healthy meals. Anytime you go out to eat, always take a picture of that. Park, flowers, before and after photos. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, 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 yes. So always 2 things that end in a question and get people to engage. Because here's something too, right? The way Facebook works is if you're posting more, your things are going to be seen more. If they have likes and if they have comments on them, they kind of stay in the news feed. Also, why you want to be going and kind of interacting with other people on your page. Maybe if you haven't talked to some people in a while, go like and comment on their things. And then when you post, you will be seen in their news feed where you might not have been seen if you had not liked and commented on their thing. It really is about interacting and engaging, okay? So you really need to make sure that you're doing that. And here's some examples of good before and after posts that I like to do. They're very basic. All right, love sharing stories like these. Helps me stay motivated and inspired to help others. I'm not saying message me. I'm not saying who wants this. And again, you can say it. I know people who do. But starting out for the new person, I really think it's great, not because they haven't maybe coached a lot of people yet, right? So they can't necessarily say that they're coaching that person. But what they can do is they can celebrate someone, and be excited for themselves that they're doing the same thing. Here's another one. I just want to congratulate someone, celebrate, congratulate. We have the greatest opportunity to help other people change their lives, change their health. And a before and after photo, there's nothing better. And you don't have to, be coaching on. We're all Team Isagenix, ISA testimonials, ISA accountability. There's a ton of groups that you can get before and after photos after. So again, what I was saying about engaging with people, you want to post an average of 3 to 5 times a day. The prime posting times are 8, 12, and 9. Anywhere from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. I find that I have a really good rating on. Saturday and Friday night is going to be a little bit less. People are out and about. Sunday at 8 p.m. I find to be a very high traffic one also. But these are just the times when people are on Facebook more. So maybe you want to start out with a positive quote for the day. Post, throughout. So just ideas. Find your niche. I personally am on a personal growth journey. It's what I post. It's what I'm authentic about. It's me being me, and it's not me. I'm not some crazy workout person or just supermodel or anything like that. So I'm not going to post about those kinds of things, But I am going to post about a great book that I'm reading. I'm all into the law of attraction. Those are the things that I post. So whatever it is for you, maybe you're a teacher and you're passionate about books and students and all that. Let people get attracted to that. And those are the people that are going to connect with you. All right. So just to give you an example, a girl that I recently enrolled then came to me and she said, hey, can this benefit go to, and then she gave me a name, and I said, well, I'm not sure who that is. Do they want to start? She asked about a referral bonus. I said, do they want to get started? You'll get the referral bonus. And she said, no, she's already in Isagenix, but I'm not friends with her. And she said that she must have found me through her page is how she thought, right? But I always check to see if I have mutual friends with people before I enroll them, and I didn't. But somehow somebody was on my page and they shared it. So because she shared my photo, instead of copying and pasting it from her, right, I enrolled her, and I didn't know, and I told her, I'm like, hey, you got 3 days, I can unenroll, it's all good, but she said, no, we're not that close, but still, it's just an example, right? Save the photos to you, and don't share them off of other people's pages. This takes me back to, a lot of people are friending me that are in Isagenix that aren't necessarily maybe in my direct team, or I haven't become good friends with them, and I don't accept them as friends. I let them follow me, but I don't accept them as friends because I try to keep that space open for people that I'm bringing onto my page that aren't currently in Isagenix, right? I'm using Facebook to grow an Isagenix business, so it's not very smart for me to just have Isagenix friends, right? And what will happen is you'll get to a point where you get to 5,000 and then you're maxed out and you can't even add on your own personal page anymore. And so I stay away from that. And so I don't not accept people because I don't want to be their friends or anything. It's just I use Facebook as what Facebook is. And for me, it is a 6-figure a year income. And so I'm just careful with that. So just know that. So save a photo to your computer or a file or whatever, and then post it as you and not sharing it off of someone's page, okay? So I just really want to encourage people to do that. Consistency pays off, guys. If you're starting to build on Facebook and you post for a month and then you stop, that could be the greatest mistake. And encourage your other people, your new people, to know that also, because people are watching. Think about how long maybe it took you to get started with Isagenix before you decided to jump in, right? I mean, it definitely, took me a little bit to get started. So always be connecting and always be consistent. Always be consistent. Some examples of connecting that I'm going to get into is I find pages that I go on and I just randomly connect with people. And this is how I have met people that have become literally best friends and people that I consider family in my life, is through this method right here. And we're also building a business together. And then I've also just met some people who I'm friends with now that I'm not building a business with. So it's all good. So here you have, you come up here and you search. Maybe you're a vegan. I'm not a vegan. I'm just doing this as an example. All right, so you type it up there in the search button, and then you'll see where Renee came down here. What does she post vegan? She cooks with animals. All right, I just happened to hover over Renee's name, and I saw she worked for Mary Kay. I like Mary Kay makeup, right? So I responded to her to become friends. She's in networking, networkers help networkers. All right, here's another example. I was on positive inspirational quotes. If it's meant to be, it'll be. Like I said, I'm very big. Let me get that. I'm very big into the law of attraction and personal growth. It's really what my true. If I could just breathe and do yoga all day, I probably would. But wait, I can. And some days I do. But you'll see where I just did the connection down there, right? I agree. I'm always looking to, follow people with a positive mindset. And I can tell you, maybe they're not going to enroll with Isagenix, but maybe I'm going to get an amazing post from them that uplifts my entire day, because he follows pages like this. These are the type of people that I want to have on my Facebook and have sharing my stuff that maybe they're not in Isagenix or have no interest in it, but maybe they're going to share it, right? So, same thing. Yes, law of attraction, friending you. So when you just go and you're friending people, like, randomly, you'll get into Facebook jail. If you friend so many people and then you get denied so many times, that'll end up putting you in Facebook jail. Now, it's okay the first time, like 3 days and 7 days, but when you talk about, like, 30 days being in Facebook jail and you're trying to build on Facebook, it ain't pretty. And then, 2, you can't message people, like, in a 3-way message. Like, if I was in Facebook jail and somebody was connecting me in a 3-way message, I would not be able to respond to them. So yeah, don't want to do that. But it's as simple as that, connecting with someone on a page, and after you've made that connection and they see that you friended them, oh my gosh, they're going to accept your friendship. Like, it's all good. So I'm going to show you how to manage your activity log. All right, see, this is not something that somebody new would want to post, okay? Now, Cindy, she is earning, she's earning over $2,000 a month now, so she can post, who wants to earn an extra $500 to $2,000 a month. That's not something that I post often. She doesn't post it often either. Every once in a while. You see where she did it, though, 8:40 p.m. on a Sunday night. How many people are going to be going to work tomorrow where she's retired herself? She tagged her husband. But that's not a very common thing that she posts all the time. All right, but now that she's made herself a business person, then you can jump into that. But that's what I was talking about, not starting posting out like a seasoned business builder if you're not one yet, All right, so activity log is right here. It's right above settings. And it lets you see everything that you've done, right? So anybody that I've gone or commented on and posted on and all that stuff, it really lets you see. But what I like to know is how many people I'm sending friend requests to that are not yet friend requesting me back. So I go over there and I click more, and then I come over here and I click friends. And so I'll see who I have sent. All right, so I see there, I sent her a friend request and we're friends, right? So I get to see who all I have done that with. And it really can keep you, you get to know how many you're sending, who's friending you, who's not. Because if I've sent a lot of friend requests and people have not accepted or responded, I'll either delete them in a couple days, just so I know like what I can be tracking so I don't get in Facebook jail. And if I've sent like, 3 out and nobody has approved, I'll hold back on going out and messaging and friending people for a while. So it's just something that I'll keep tabs of. All right, back to the activity log. So I went and I just did this so you guys could see how I kind of manage it. So every couple of days I'll go in and I'll do that where I friend people, and I take 30 minutes and I find good quality people after I hover over their pages. They have a good face photo. This is back to the branding, right, and spamming. So if I go and, all right, for example, let me find, just give me a second, I'm going to find, okay. So Jasmine Lynn, the person that just became my friend, right? You guys saw that earlier on my friend request. So earlier, just so I could show you guys, I sent her a friend request and I commented on this photo. So it lets me go back and track who I've commented and friends with, because I'll go and I'll see which photos in groups I've commented on. So here, Robert Kiyosaki, love him. Love his stuff. I use his tools to hand out to my team. I think they're absolutely phenomenal, right? And it takes me to her. She posted, "Thank you, Casey Pluff. I will gladly accept." Like, here she is. She's an entrepreneur, right? Maybe she's in another network marketing company. Who knows? I haven't, I couldn't see her whole page because we weren't friends yet. I love the way that she had that on her background, right? Nothing worth having ever comes easy. That's why the journey is so important. It's something I connected with. That I saw that. I connected with it. I had an emotional connection with that. So I responded to her. Here it was, beautifully said. "I'm going to request to follow you. Blessings on your journey." Right? She's on a journey. Oh my gosh, I want to connect with people on a journey. I'm on one too. Right? So that's why it's as easy as that. I just put somebody else in my circle, right? And like I said, maybe Isagenix will be for her. Maybe it won't. Maybe she's just going to share something that I put on my page for somebody that needs it. It's praying for a solution, that goes to bed every single night, hates their job, can't stand, being 100 pounds overweight, isn't able to play with their children anymore because they get so out of breath, right, is just trying to get the perfect figure, and they're trying to do it with packing chicken and broccoli when they could just be doing Isagenix. I mean, man, right? Maybe she's going to be the connection person, but it's that simple going into groups like that, right? I mean, that's how I've grown my list. And so those are the people that I want to be adding in all of my downlines so I can make sure I'm staying in touch with them and not all these people that are just in Isagenix. But you can go ahead and friend anyone in Isagenix, and that'll let you follow them. But if people aren't accepting the friend request, I know I've just had some people be like, well, you haven't accepted me. But again, I'm just trying to build that way, and I encourage everyone to do that. You don't have to, but again, it's just something that I definitely encourage you to do. So, but all right, so that was the connection. Whoa. All right, and so that's how I manage my activity log, stay out of Facebook jail, all of that stuff. So that was my 1 and 2 parts. It's almost an hour that everybody's been paying attention, 45 minutes. What kind of questions do you guys have that you want to type in? Hi. My mother said I was talking fast. I like to keep my activity log and go back to a day. So like one day, Kathy, I will sit and I will go and I'll do that Facebook thing like how I just did with Jasmine Lynn. I'll go on there and I'll do about 5 of those. and then I won't do them for another day or two. But then the next day I'll go back, I'll see who's responded, see what that is. But that's how I keep track of it. Used to, I would do a pen and paper, but now since it's on my activity log and I kind of have a system with that, that's what I use. And then you never know, maybe somebody commented on something too that you didn't see. I think having, and in my part 3, that's something I touched on, I think having a separate inspirational page is absolutely wonderful. So yeah, I think that that's great. And then what you would want to do is when you post something off of that page, you would want to then share it onto your page, right? And so that way, then people will start sharing those things too. And it's just another great way to grow your audience. No, I set up the event on Facebook, Kim. So my virtual presentation, I set up on Facebook, but it's just for people to know about it. But it's not just for virtual. You just want to set up events, like if you're having a home party, if you're doing an event or whatever. It's just, I like to show people how to set up an event and invite people to it. People are often like, how do I invite people to events? So that's why I put it in here. You can. I mean, you can go on your page. I mean, if you posted something negative, I mean, it's all good. I mean, Lord knows I used to use my Facebook for nothing but ranting and raving, so I don't judge, honestly. But yeah, if you just kind of steer away from it now. But, I mean, if you don't like your current job, that's okay. I know, gosh, Lenny used to say, if you have a job that you don't like, and he still says this, but he says, be grateful for that job if it puts food on your table, and just know that you're working towards like something better. And so maybe change it into something like that, be like, even though today was, not the brightest day, I'm still so grateful that I'm able to put food on my family's table, things like that. So just kind of turn it around. But I mean, we all have, things going on. Exactly. I agree, Debbie. People will see the difference. They'll see the changes, right? They'll say, oh, man, you went from that to this? Heck yeah, that's what I want too. So I wouldn't stress at all about that at all. And I just want to make sure that you guys know how to find, like up here is where you'll search for the groups, right? So if you're a runner, type in runner. That's how you find the groups. It's that simple, finding groups. And just make sure that you can like and comment on groups. And so that way, you don't just want to go to a page that has a like and share. You want to be able to comment. And up here is where you do that. So you just type in whatever it is that you're looking for. See, it's celebration. You guys, get to the event. I'm telling you, it changed everything for me. Every single person in my team that is like doing well, they were not doing well before, and then they got to go to the events. They started doing well because they went to the event, right? They started doing well because they went to the event. Absolutely, Jen. Jen T, my Facebook trainer. Yeah, exactly. So I mean, that's a great tool. And for anybody that like is making a separate business page, when I started, I like made it and I tailored it to Isagenix. Now I'd probably do it about breathing. So definitely just make those separate pages. It's a great way to grow your connections. I find it's hard enough for me to manage my own page at this point with all the three-way messages and everything. so I don't spend a whole lot on a separate page. But yeah, absolutely. Like, what a great tool to have just to connect with people. And that's what Facebook is. It's a way to connect, right? So instead of going out and doing like all these events, it's a way to connect. Now, I'm someone who I've built about 80%. Jennifer Trinkner on here now, she's built about 100% on her, like, you know, in Facebook. And I mean, she's a 6-star. So Facebook, I mean, 100% of her business on Facebook. Facebook, 6-star, golden circle, right? Facebook. And everything that I went over is really what she's kind of, you know, taught me and everything, that, and just plug it into some other social media trainings and stuff. So it really works. It's simple. It's being consistent, making daily connections, and all of that. Any other questions, guys? All right, guys. Well, everybody, happy Memorial Day weekend. Thank you to all the service members. You know, what this weekend is really about. They give us the ability. We live in the greatest country in the world, the absolute greatest country in the world, where we have the ability to not play small, where we can go after our dreams, build any business we want. Michelle, our greatest country in the world neighbor, absolutely, you're welcome. So, love our Canadians. But you guys, we live in the land of the free. Oh my gosh, right? How lucky are we? So, absolutely, let's get out there and take every advantage that we can of living in this great country and be as prosperous as possible so that we can give back. Everybody have a great night. Happy Memorial Day weekend! You're absolutely welcome. Lenny's shared a lot with me, and I'm not technically on Lenny's team, so we're all Isagenix cousins. I love you too, Katie Newbaum. Our first home party, Katie Newbaum. Woo woo! Yes, indeed, Pam. An absolute pleasure. All right, night, everyone.